All right, this is a project about PRTK, Password Recovery Toolkit. It's a component of FTK. We use FTK a little bit in here. Well, it has a password breaking utility, and it's up under the Dropbox in the software needed folder. I put the 64-bit and the 32-bit in there. It's a new version of it. Basically got some files that are all password protected. And this is real world stuff. I probably get more calls about password protected stuff than anything else. Our physical plant had a spreadsheet with all the vehicles on road state. Someone put a password on it and they couldn't remember what it was. So they gave it to me and it was car. It was pretty difficult. And I said, go, and it was done. I'm like, what? I said, oh, it's car. That was kind of a given. But I've actually made money doing stuff like this. Not necessarily PRTK, but an accountant contacted me. Someone used QuickBooks and they forgot the password and the guy quit or whatever and they wouldn't give it to him. So I went online and downloaded a password cracker for it. It was free. It broke it in like 2 seconds. Paid $150. That was good. So, yeah, I didn't give it to them that day. I gave it to them the next day. That way they thought I spent some time on it. But yeah, a lot of stuff. And when you use passwords on their documents, I do on some documents. Now, we're doing this with version 7.1.0 of PRTK. I did not realize they updated it. Because when I built this, it was actually off of 6.5. 6.5, it would only support doc files. It would not support DOCX. In other words, the newer versions. The new version now does. But I didn't update it. I didn't realize that till this afternoon. I mean, still it's fine. It's just that now it does support newer documents than what I'm using. In case you're wondering why I'm using DOC instead of DOCX. Okay, but kind of a cool program. They market it. It's kind of weird the way they market it. They say PRTK will break any password in 7 days. Doesn't that sound weird? Why would you market? It's written to break passwords in 7 days. Doesn't it sound like a weird marketing ploy? But that's the way they market it. But once you see how the profiles work and everything, you'll kind of understand the way it works. Yes, sir.
Is there one of these tools to get hard drives off of passwords off of hard drives? Excuse me.
Like BitLocker passwords? I don't know. I don't think so.
I've thrown away umpteen hard drives that had passwords on them because people didn't know what they were.
No, I don't know that. But I went through Encase training. We've used Encase a little bit. And they don't have a password breaking tool. They even tell you use PRTK. So there are quick ones out there. Now there's also a version of this called DNA. It stands for Distributed Network Attack. We own a copy of that. If someone wants to play with it, what it does is it uses distributed computing. In other words, you could have a room full of computers. And it would take the workload and distribute it amongst the whole room full of computers.
As long as they're all on the same network and stuff.
Yeah, they have to be on the same network. So kind of nice. We actually had it running in all of our labs upstairs. So it does good. You can get quite a few million tries per second doing that. So, all right. So in this project, there's 10 files, 10 points each. You get 10 of them, you get 100. You get 7 of them, you get 70. Easy enough there. Somebody's already done with half of them back there. There's one extra credit file that's worth 25%, so you can get up to 125% on this project if you like. No, it's number 11. It's not that difficult, but it must be solved completely. If it's not solved completely, you know,
so we have to run it.
Got to
yesterday.
Run it, and then you got to, take it to the dry cleaner, and no. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about because they don't give it away.
No, I'm just saying, like,
it's got multiple
steps. It's nice to know where we're headed.
It's got multiple stuff. You'll figure it out. Okay. Okay. All the files that you need to break are in there. I zipped up files 1 through. Oh, I forgot to put the darn word list in there. Okay, I'll upload the word list right now. Let me pause this for a second. I'll upload the word list. All right, I put the word list in the Dropbox, and I'll also add it under the content page real quick. Again, you don't necessarily have to use it, but if you do need it or do want to use it, it is there. Let me upload that over here real quick. Word list. Again, it's up to you. If you don't want to use it, you do not have to. I will not require you to use it. Okay, and there. Okay, that's up there. So, you have the files. They're up in there. Actually, let me show you where they are so you know what I'm talking about. There's files 1 through 11.zip right there. Okay? Sneeze in a second there. They're just office documents for the most part, I think. Is that what? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they are.
JPEG, doc, PowerPoint, PDF,
Yeah.
Excel.
Yeah, they're all. Yeah, the zip file's not in there. Yeah, it's just Word documents in a PDF. There's a PDF and Word documents. Okay. All right. So you just need PRTK on this one. All I need you to tell me is the file name, the password, the dictionary you used to break it. Okay? All right. For the extra credit one, tell me everything you had to do. It's got a couple more steps involved. Okay. Again, you don't have to do that one. If you want to run it from your home, again, there's the licensing key, the same one you've been using all along. Just enter it. Okay?
It automatically showed up, didn't even have to do it.
It automatically put it in. Now, this is on your virtual machine or at your house?
House.
Oh, because you have FTK installed. Yeah, if you have FTK installed, it'll automatically populate that for you. So, which is kind of nice.
So what you're saying by you telling us we don't have to download this word list means that that word list won't break all the passwords.
Oh, no, it will not, for sure. Positively will not. I'm just going to show you some of the different modes that this program can run in. And one of them is wordless mode. That's what I'm going to show it to you. Okay? All right. Speaking of that, now, I have PRTK installed on this machine. I can't connect to the licensing server from this room. So, I'm going to have to run in demo mode. Okay? That's fine. See, I even said, you want to put one in there? And I put in cm.cyber.rose.edu. And it's not going to like it. Now. So they block it from this room. So I'm just going to, in demo mode, it'll do PGP, zip, and PGP disk files. And that's about it. Okay, so we're going to do it in demo mode. All right, is everybody with me? All right, let's talk about this program here. I am recording the whole screen, aren't I? I hope. If not, we're going to have a problem. Okay. Let me make it a little smaller. In PRTK, you basically just drop your files in here, which I'll show you how to do in a second. But a couple things we need to talk about. First of all, if you want to put in that licensing key, it's under Edit, Network Licensing Information. Okay? It's under Edit, Network Licensing. Okay? I want to look at the dictionary utility first. Okay? With this, you can generate a dictionary. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can make a biographical dictionary, a passphrase dictionary, a permutation dictionary. Let's do biographical dictionary first. Okay? We could actually build the dictionary with Ken, Dewey. And I could go over here and pick, my state. Okay. So what I could do is I could go on your Facebook page and get all the data I could find about you. Then what this thing do is it will generate a dictionary using those words. Okay? It'll generate and it'll save it. Let's call it just Ken. Okay, and this is under the Program Data, Access Data, PR. Okay? So we're just going to say there. Okay, now I'm going to actually go try to open this, see if we can see it. Might be easier to look at another way, but we're going to try this. Access Data. PR dictionaries is where dictionaries are, and there should be one called Ken. And let's try to open it with TextPad. There we go. Well, yeah, okay. That's the dictionary it generated. It took. I only gave it three things. I gave it Ken Dewey in Oklahoma, didn't I?
Yep.
Okay, and let me do word wrap on here. View. Where's word wrap?
Maybe under edit.
Okay, there you go. I mean, it's the view's not correct because it's really a code page file. But what it did is it took the words I gave it and it jumbles them all up to make different passwords. So if you take a bunch of information about people, this will take variants, because a lot of people do that. They whenever use like their first name and their last name together, or maybe their last name and their first initial, or list and the social security number or something. A lot of times you have to do that. So that's what the biographical dictionary generator does for you. Okay. You can do the same thing with the passphrase, but now instead of you can actually, let me do it with, let me go to this other one first. Let me go to standard dictionary generator. I'm going to go, I need a list. I'll just do word list, okay. So I'm going to go in here and browse. I'm going to go to my desktop, my forensics folder, and I got this word list over here. Okay. So I'm going to select the source file and I'm going to do generate. Okay. What it does is I took that text file of words and made a dictionary out of it for me. Okay. Okay, what that word list is from FTK has an option when you build your case and put all your evidence in it, and it indexes it, you can tell it to export the word list. So if I had every file, or every word that's ever stored in this hard drive in a file, would that be handy?
Yeah.
Yeah, the odds are it's going to be a password for something somewhere. Okay? So that's what's nice about it. So I gave you the word list because it might help on one of the words. Okay? On one of the files. But what we did is we just took this and we generated a dictionary. It's called word list, whatever. Okay? And it's going to be huge. It's going to have all kinds of crap that was on that hard drive. Okay? And we're not in the right view here to see it, but it generates a word list based on that. Can we do a browser in here? Oh, we can. Okay, we can do a dictionary browser. That'll be good. Let's see if we can do in here. View entries. Come on. Okay, maybe not. You can't view all. There's the Ken. That's what we want. Okay, there's the Ken dictionary. Can you all see that? I know it's kind of small. Those are the words it came up with. Okay, now let's go to the word list dictionary. There's that one. So what this did is it took every word that was on that hard drive and it made it into a dictionary file. So now if you use this as a dictionary, it's now going to try to, assuming if your password were written down somewhere, it would use it. There's every word. Got all kinds of stuff. And it locks up. Now I will tell you, this portion of the tool is written in Java and it does hang. Now this is a new version, they might have fixed it, I don't know, but it's already hung, so I'm assuming it's not perfect yet. So let's see if I can, come on. Well, so I'm assuming there's still a slight issue here. Come on, can I close that window, baby? Okay, so if it does hang up, no, it's not you, this tool's always done this. Can I close out PRTK totally? Oh, yeah, now it comes back. Fine, be that way. Let me start again. Alright, so we saw how we can generate a dictionary based on a word list. We can also do it on a biographical information, and there's just different ways to do it. Majority of the ones you're going to use this time are already made for you. Okay. Now let me go back in there. Hopefully it works. Please don't die totally. Okay, file, dictionary utilities. We'll do dictionary info this time. This should show you all the different names in here. I know some of the text is small. Anyone have a clue what type of dictionary that might be? General-1-DE. What's DE? Deutsch.
German.
German. Okay, how about EN? English, very good. That was a quiz. How about FR? How about ES? Spain. IT. Italy. SK. Slavic. RU. Russia. JA is Japan. Now, some of these, like Japan, China, Russia, have special characters.
Hiragana, katakana, and kanji.
What happens is, if you do a dictionary browser on those, we're viewing it in our code set. Windows has a code page of stuff we can see, so it won't look right. And the reason I know this, I picked a password once out of one of these other languages, and I picked what it showed me the password was, so I verified it was in the dictionary. But that's not always the case. It's like in Spain, you know how you got the umlaut, the N with the two dots on top? Well, in there it showed up as an N, instead of an N with two dots on top. So, but yours are all in there. I did verify them. Maybe they should work. So at least half of them worked. Isn't that right? All right. So there's a bunch of different languages in here. So you can view these dictionaries if you want. They tell you how many words are in them. Okay. That's pretty much how dictionary tools work. There's another option here called Merge Golden Dictionaries. What a golden dictionary is, you know, in John the Ripper, when you broke a file, a password is stored in that POT file. That was the golden dictionary. What that means is it knows it. It's never going to have to break it again because it's already broken. That's what the golden dictionary is. If you break a really complex password, on this machine, every time you use this machine from now till whenever, if that password is used again, it'll break it instantly. Well, the cool thing about this is maybe we're working for a bunch of police departments. We're working on a bunch of child porn or something. We can share our golden dictionary amongst police departments. Well, if Daniel spent months breaking a password, now all of us instantly have that password broken. So kind of nice. You can email it to each other and then merge it into yours. That's what it is. It takes this one and this one, puts them all into one. So kind of a nice feature. So yeah, a lot of places do that. And you can do permutations. Those are, like mixing up letters and words and stuff. Just a bunch of different things you can do with it. Okay. Now let's go into some other areas. Rules and profiles. Actually, let's go to profiles first. Profiles is where you're going to spend a lot of time here. Okay. This is a fresh install on this machine. This is what it comes with. Okay. English, European, wordless import, GPU, passphrase. Actually, GPU is a new one here. Okay. Let me show you how this works. I'm going to build a new one. Okay. Now, inside here, I'm going to just call this a Ken profile. Actually, let's call this one German. We'll just do German. Okay. Inside here, I'm just giving it a name. I can tell it is the German language. And you'll notice this dictionary on the left side, see all the DEs got selected and the ENs got unselected? So what it is just made me a dictionary of German. So I'm making a new profile that will break German words. Okay? The character groups, normally just leave them alone, unless you know something. Like say you're going to break a Chase credit card, and that only supports numbers and letters. It doesn't support special characters. Well, then you remove some of that other stuff. You remove all the symbols, that kind of stuff. But if you're not really sure, you normally just leave it. Okay? Now, so we have our dictionaries here. We can also do the order in which they're in. You can move one up or down if you know better. You can also select another one. Maybe I want to do German and I want to do that Ken dictionary all at the same time. So I can add it in there. If I really want to do it, I literally could do select all. For this project, if you selected every dictionary and said go, you'd be done. Maybe in a month. I don't know how long it would take, because there's quite a few words in some of these. Okay, so I don't recommend selecting all of them. Okay, so I'm going to select none and go back to German. Okay, now on the rules area, this is the part where a lot of people screw up. Remember how I said it would break it in 7 days? Well, look at some of these rules. 1-digit search, 1 letter, 2-digit, 3-digit, so on and so forth. They get all the way up to these really bizarre, can I move this over? No. Some of these, 7 letters, language-specific search, just 3-word concatenation without spaces search, and they're just all kinds of them in here. And when we look at some of how long some of them take, you'll understand here in a minute, okay? So, but for this project, all you need to do is dictionary search. Okay, I made it easier on you. So unselect everything, just select dictionary primary only. What that means is it's going to go through the dictionary. That's it. It's not going to mangle the dictionary. It's not going to add letters to it. It's not going to be like John the Ripper where they were messed with. The words on these were actually in these dictionaries. So I think 217 is the only one you need. So unselect everything else. 217 only. What that means is it's going to go through these German dictionary files, check the words, and be done. Easy enough. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to select them all anyway. That's what some of you are going to end up doing. And people always say, even though I told you don't do it, they're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to show you what happens if you just do it anyway. Okay. You're going to waste a lot of time on what's going to happen. Okay. So I'm going to say okay here. Is everybody okay on how profiles work? I can go in and create, however many as I want in here. I could create tons of profiles if I want. I could do one with,
So when you run a password against a file,
you're gonna have to select the profile.
single...
Well, you can only use one profile at a time. Okay. But I could go into my German one here, and I could literally select. Didn't I do? Oh, that's English. That's the wrong one. German. I could select all of them if I wanted to. I can make a Daniel profile that has all the dictionaries in it. Okay. So I just didn't tell you which ones, because there's quite a few of them in there. Okay. So we got our profiles made. Now, I'm going to close this out. Now, the rules area, the rules, you're not going to have to specify your own rules. So don't worry about that. I'm just going to show you what it does. With the rules area, you can specify other stuff. You can tell it, you know, what kind of characters. You can start doing John the Ripper's type stuff. Like I want to have characters in mine, and I want the characters to be lowercase and uppercase and digits, but I don't want symbols. Okay? See how I can very easily select that? Then I want a dictionary, and I should be able to say, add something new on here. Where's the new thing? New group. Come on. Should be a way to add another one.
Right click on it.
Yeah, there's a way to add it.
Would allow you to do that in this trial?
Oh, you know what? They might not. That could be, because I'm kind of limited on what I can do here. But you guys don't have to mess with this at all. Don't mess with the rules, because they're all normal dictionary words. But you could go in here and do all kinds of crazy stuff. You can make it do numbers only or whatever you want it to do. Okay? And the rules, we're talking the stuff on the right side, like the 2-17 dictionary primary search. That's where these rules come from. You can build your own. A rule that, you know, takes every third letter and capitalizes it or something. I mean, you could do all kinds of stuff with it. Okay? That's don't mess with the rules. You don't need the rules at all. Okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to go into 7-zip. Where's 7-zip? Isn't 7-zip on this darn thing?
It was right there.
Was it? Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to go. Let's just use this one. I'm going to use a PDF file. And I'm going to add it. And I'm going to make a zip file. And my password's going to be house. Okay, pretty awesome. Pretty tough one. Okay. Actually, no, let's not do house. Let's do Einhard. Because didn't I select the German dictionary? I had German, didn't I think. Okay, but I'm just making a file here. That's all I'm doing, making a zip file. Because for this demo to work, I have to use a zip file. Now I created this one right here. If I was to go open this, it asks for a password. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and I'm going to just drop the word into PRTK. And it comes up and first of all it identifies what it is.
Oh, so you're not doing individual files. You have to do the entire zip.
Well, I'm just doing one zip file.
Right. What I'm saying.
No, you guys can do individual files.
Okay.
I just had to do a zip because I can't do Word because I don't have a license key. Okay, you guys don't throw your whole zip file in there. That's just not how to do it.
Is it easy?
I have to do it because this is the only demo I can give you. Okay? Now, remember the profile. So I can go up here and select that German profile I made. I can give it a name if I want, and I can do next. Now, this is the part that's kind of important. With a zip file, I have no options. But with a Word file, I have a lot of options. You have dictionary, then you have key space, and you got sparse password. I have a bunch of different options. Only select the top one that says dictionary only. You'll see there's like 4 options for every word. Unselect all but the top one. Just use the dictionary only and it makes your life a lot easier. So if not, you'll be going through all kinds of stuff. Okay? But this one I don't have any other options. I can't unselect anything. But with Word, the very first option will say dictionary search. Then it'll say key space attack. Then also unselect everything but dictionary. Okay? So now we got this added. So I'm going to go finish. Now, it starts to add, we got a lot of little graphics here, aren't they pretty? Now, as soon as it starts, I'm going to bring it up so you can see something. Come on. That could take a while, by the way. Since I left all the rules, it's probably going to take a very while. If I'd remove all the rules, it would have gone a little bit quicker.
Don't they have a distributed version of this?
Yes. And I'm going to pause this while this is adding. So it's in there now. If I double click on this thing while it's running, I can see rules and passwords per second. Okay. Now under rules, see these numbers, the size area over here on the right? Look at how many tries it's going to take to do forward concatenation with space search. That's how many different tries it would take. So that's why I'm saying leave 217 only. Because some of these have a lot of stinking tries. So if you selected every one of these darn things, first of all, it's going to go through these first, which are short. See, it did those pretty quickly. It might even be done. Oh, still running. Okay. So we got through some of them. We're already down to 4-letter language, and it should, once I get to 17, it should break it because I put a German word out of the dictionary in there. Under passwords per second, it updates every so many minutes. It's doing what? 319,000 per second. Which isn't bad, but when you got as many as we saw on that bottom of that list there, 319,000 per second is nothing compared to whatever this number is. That's a huge number. Okay, so we're getting there. Now some of these, what this 665 million? Okay. Maybe I should have picked the shorter one. Now they're going up and down, up and down. But I wanted you to see what happens so you can see how many choices there were. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let me cancel. And when it's done, it'll tell you here it's done. I'm going to stop it. Delete. Delete. And I'm going to go and edit that profile real quick. I wanted you to see with all that crap in there. I mean, no password found. Crap, maybe I have the wrong password on it. Might have to fix that. Okay. Actually, because I stopped it, I think. That was German. I'm going to do edit. I'm going to select none. I'm going to do this one. Okay, there's German. Let me make a new one over here real quick. Can I open this with 7-zip? 7-zip open. Okay, where's change passwords? Edit. Okay, there's that. File. Where's save? Actually, let me do a whole brand new one.
Don't you have to open up the program or the file?
I shouldn't have to. Why? Okay, I'm going to right click, 7-zip, add to archive. And I'm going to put in D-E-U-T-C-H. That's German. Good enough? Am I right there? Should work. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to put it back. Remember, German, now all I have in there is the password, the 217. So it should go a lot quicker. Okay, we're going to select German again. Because I could have done with an English word and it would have been done. Now this should go a lot quicker. Okay. Now if I open this up under rules, there should not be that many options anymore. Because we only have that one thing selected. Okay, and it's running. Done. Finished it. Now, okay, it saved it, and the password is Deutsch right there. Now, what's cool about this program is you can tell it to decrypt. Like the PDF file has a password on it. Okay? Well, if you don't have Adobe Acrobat, you can't remove the password. This semester I'm not making you do it, but in the past I had you remove the passwords. Well, if you don't have Adobe Acrobat, you couldn't remove the passwords. But this tool allows you to decrypt, which means it'll remove the password for you. Which is kind of nice. Okay? So, everybody see what happens when it's done? It tells you it's finished. And if you're going to go in here and look, it basically says it's finished. Okay? All right. Easy enough. So you only have 10 of them to do. You don't have to do the other one. Oh, here you go. Perfect choice. It told you which dictionary it found in. So which dictionary was it in? Anybody? It was in General-1-D-C. That ADF. Okay, yeah, it's in German, but which dictionary of the 4 German dictionaries? It was in that one right there. So people just say German. Well, yeah, but which dictionary was it in? Okay, so you see how I did that because it defaults to only showing like that. So if you widen this out, you can then see the actual dictionary. I think it'll also, doesn't it tell you somewhere else? Maybe not. I thought it said it somewhere else. I guess not, but alright. Doesn't it? No, I guess it didn't. Alright. So pretty easy tool to use. Download it, play with it on your own computer if you want. Or you can use it in the lab. The lab does not have this newer version. but it'll still work. It's the files I gave you will work on the one on the left.
So how many languages did you use?
10. 10 words.
No, I mean, like, for a profile, can you use,
Yeah, you could create a profile with more than one language. Let me show you that. That's a good question. Let's go into the profiles. We're going to create a new one. I'm going to call it multiple languages. Well, just multi. Okay. Now I want English, German, Italian, Spanish, and Russian. I can do all that. I can do select none. I can get on here and select 217 and run this thing. I'll even throw in French. So now I have a profile that will do all those languages I just selected.
That's gonna knock all of them?
Oh. So then you could add all your words in there with that one profile, and you'll get a lot. But, you know, I didn't tell you which language to use on each one. So the only thing I think of, we just added probably 60 dictionaries in there. So they could take a while. So, all right, but just play with it. Just, the whole point is just play around with the tools and figure out how they work. So, all right, everybody happy? All right, one more project next week, and then we're done. We're gonna test. So you are free to go. I'm gonna stop this and get it ready to go.